Stimulate your creative brain. This is what we will be talking in today's presentation. This will be usually a very sweet and a short presentation in terms of number of slides, but as far as the content part of it, if you go through it, you will understand what are the essential ingredients that can initiate a thoughtful process, and that is what we are looking as far as this particular topic is concerned, how to stimulate your creative brain. Remember, we're talking about problem solving and how to go about by it is the creative action. This is like a funnel. Now on the funnel there might be a lot of ingredients that has to be put in, wherein it will result in one of those viable wonderful creative action is all about it. And what are those ingredients? Are those ingredients all positive in nature? Probably no. Probably there will be negative ingredient in terms of failures, in terms of problems. Now we come to something called identifying an opportunity, the silver lining in the clouds, that pure creativity or pure geniusness that comes around it. Remember, a problem is defined as the gap between current and the desired state. The gap, what it is and what you want to be, it's a difference between platform A and platform B. You remember, platform A is what the actual position is and platform B is what we aspire to be in. If there are differences, if there are distances, if there are gaps out in between, and that gap is supposed to be a problem. Remember, a problem needs to come up with a good solution. It is the process of bridging those gaps and getting equal to, when I say platform A is equal to platform B, that means there are no gaps in between, there are no differences in between, there are no distances in between the two states, what are actual and what was desired state. Yes, this is example of successfully dealing with difficult client, finding a faster way to work, overcoming a boring task, probably writing a business plan, and solving a personal challenge. Remember, as this model has been designed for you to understand, to illustrate what a problem is all about it is how we can identify the opportunities and to come up with viable solution. You have to encounter a number of failures so as to ascertain what is the sick thing that is going to work in your favor. The result of creative thinking leads to one or more of the following action. Inventing something new. This is what we come across with. Inventing something new or solving the problem or improving existing technology, turning negative into positive, turning problem into opportunities, turning hurdles into success stories. Cutting your losses and getting into the new track is what is the agenda everywhere, and that is what we should be keen to, looking at the problem solving. Now I'll give you certain things as to what are the basic principles that governs a problem solving process altogether. Essentially, it is all six that I can find it out. These are the laws and the general guidelines that will assist you in finding creative solution. The six, I recollect, six again is the basic number of problem solving issues, and they are jotted down out here for your understanding. There is something called, which I keep on saying in my session, there is nothing called a perfect answer, and perfect would be something very crude. Let me put it, there's something called right answer. In fact, there's nothing called a wrong answer. Be logical in your outcomes, make your steps small and baby step, but one should step should lead to the next step. So be logical in your approach, be outrageous, probably think out of the boxes, bring down all the glass ceiling that you are encountering. Contextualize the problem in a different settings where people have not even understood or may not have covered concurred with it. So be outrageous with the solution, be outrageous so as to issue is to solve the problem, challenge the rule, fail without fear and you will fail. You will lose, there will be losses, there will be humiliation. Please take everything into your stride, strive, and then work hard. You should remember the quote that people would have already known, that failure is a stepping stone to success, and this is when you will start having fun. This is when you will bask in the glories of finding the right true path of solving a problem. I repeat those 6 steps. There are nothing called right answer. Be logical, be outrageous, challenge the rules, fail without fear, and have fun. As Pablo Picasso, the famous painting that I've portrayed on the screen, said, every act of creation begins with an act of destruction. Yes, it is true. Until and unless you destroy, how can you come up with a creation purposes? Let me give you two wonderful statement as far as problem solving skills are concerned. Consider a past problem you have witnessed or probably have experienced. Think about the solution or a new technology that were developed, how things have changed as a result. Ask yourself what is impossible to do in my field or organization, but it could have been done. What fundamentally change as what I do. See the table below that I've given for you to understand as problem solving example. Let's say invention. Look what has happened with the laser eye surgery. You don't have to come with any kind of blood spillage. There are minimal differences, interferences. Laser eye surgeries can be finished within a speck of a time. In fact, the patients can be released from the hospital. Remember, eyes are very vital and a sensitive organ in our body, and still we have come up with what a wonderful solution in terms of laser surgery is concerned. Look at the problem of solving, let's say, fixing a problem. A tamper-proof packaging. It is completely a waterproof. It is completely a shockproof. How can we generate certain tamper-proof packaging, as the case might be? Problem solving example are improved technology, utilization of the smartphone, probably the phone through which you are actually watching this video is your devices, the smartphones, how it is enabling a full screen video into your palm size hand. Recovering from failures is banking regulations about insured deposits, about deposit which might go bankrupt, but still the insurance company will be paying for it. In case if you have done an insurance for the deposit for the same, cut your losses and start a new track. Is Nintendo original soul playing cards is always made to move into a video games, and we keep on doing it from the franchisee movies of anything probably, yeah, board games. From board games you have moved into a video games, from video game you can move into a movie screen as to the format of the story that comes around it. Allow me to give wonderful examples too in this case. Let me quote it to you and let us understand what would have been the outcome. I will also give you the viable options, and this is categorically stated in the history. Whatever I'm stating or reading right now would be a factual thing. Most often creative individuals say that they learn from failures, then they learn from their successes. Their successes often started as a failure, with which they used a creative approach to make it into a success. As we work at innovations and problem solving, we seem to get biased views of the process by thinking that all our action will be successful. We forget that innovation or life is really about failing and learning. You need to understand or consider the example that I've given in this slide and probably the next slide that comes around it. Remember, what I've stated out here is all successes were tasted after experiences, repeated failures and failures and failures. It is only the person who have persisted with their problem solving skills and worked on their failures that they have realized successes eventually. And let me quote those two examples that I've quoted out here. You let it know, you can Google it down and come and tell me the answers or jot down the answer right now as I read take a pen and a paper, you just have to say A, B, C, D, because there are only four options that I'll be stating with you. Let's say the inventor of vulcanized rubber, Charles Goodyear, Goodyear Company, the company which manufactures tires for so many vehicles around the globe. Yeah, the Charles Goodyear, look at the gentleman. He was the inventor of vulcanized rubber. What did he suggested with the rubber? Absolutely atrocious things. He suggested printing newspapers on now rubbers will be eventually see the light of the day. That means your newspaper will be printed on the rubber. Envision rubber carpet, rubber chalkboard, rubber money, and even rubber umbrella, since it is tamper proof, since it is waterproof. Charles Goodyear actually said that we would be living and coexisting with rubber products, be it the newspaper, be it the chalkboard, be it the cardboard, be it the carpet, even money for that matter will be made up of rubber. Believe that all ill would be benefited from rubberized water beds. That means we will be sleeping in the rubber. So which of these inventions have come true, or all of them above, as the case might be? Come on, let me know. Tell me what is it exactly about it. Let me quote again, which is the option which has turned to printing paper on rubber, envisioning rubber carpet, believing rubberized water beds will take care of all ill health. Which of the answer is right? You say it, mark it, and process it. For that matter, we need to understand learning from failure. Let me go to the next particular slide. It is all about learning from failure. Continue. The next example that I want to quote is the inventor of AC, alternating current, is Nikola Tesla, who is a tried inventor for the gadget of alternating current. It says that they would diagnose allergies to photograph thoughts on the retina of your eye, as if the retina of the eye will be giving imprints as what has been thought or been what a person is thinking at that point of time, for erasing unwanted memories from the brain and ensuring the brain is clutter free. People are not suffering from Alzheimer, or should I say the last option is all of the above. Now you tell me, what is it that alternative current has started to do around it? The answer will surprise you, will surprise for all of those people who have actually marked A, B, C, D of these two examples that comes around it. Remember, the answer for both the example are all of the above. Things have taken place, and this is what is factual about it. It is the inventor. But did we know that newspaper has printed on rubber machines and things like that? So yes, look at the diagram that I've come up, the painting that I've come across, the full weight of this wonderful lady, or should I say the full life of this lady is dependent on onto a couple of fingers of her hand. So there are the risk, the person who takes the risk gains the maximum reward. There are three mental roadblocks that can hinder creative approaches to problem solving. Negativity. To be creative, you must view things as different or interesting, not good or bad. Be positive. Be positive and look at the brighter side of these things. About everything, negative comments are contagious. They are harmful. Avoid them. Keep a distance from negative thoughts. Fear of failure. Do not be a perfectionist. Do not let fear of possible fear actually catastrophic have a catastrophic effect on you. Be creative, be expressive, and come up with ideas which, without any hindrances, without any inhibition. Mistake provides valuable lessons. Lack of clarity. Explore ambiguous situation. Look at the problem from different angles. Unclear situation are perfect opportunities for creative problem solution. Be brave and take the risk. Taking risk is all about what are the tips that I can give it to you. What I can do to become a better risk taker, accept that you will be criticized for taking risks, accept that fact that people will not appreciate you. Do not wait for perfection to happen. Be sure everything is in place before you launch an idea. Size of the resistance. Are you able to mitigate those size, fight it out, what is coming from and how strong it is? Learn to be flexible, learn to allow the wind to blow away, let the storm blow away before you can again stand up and rise. Manage your time and information, challenge your assumption, stretch and grow, practice taking react risk in all aspects of your life as the case might be. We look at assessing your creative style. Creativity is a process that does not necessarily walk in the same manner or in same fashion. All of us remember the six styles of creativity. Read the description that we comes across is which is below. An enthusiastic person would be enterprising, venturesome, enjoy persuading other, convincing other, communicating with other. They are natural leaders, natural managers. They try to take the problem head on and probably dissect it to the requirement. Then there are inquirers who are basically love to learn any new information, any new tricks, observe people, solve problem. They are there to investigate the options, and by applying new information, they are the people who are trying alternative fashion. They are inquirers. Let us speak about the artists. Like they think of the new idea. They do not like the status quo. They would like to challenge what is happening, prefer unstructured situation as the case might be. This is what I keep on saying to creating a solution to the problem. The next three of styles of your creativity is all being traditionalist, being focused on to the details, preferring to work with numbers as the case might be. You are looking to solve the problems by following the traditional style. Be humanistic, like to solve people, to learn, to grow. We need to solve problem. That is what we are looking forward towards it. Helping it out, skill with words, talk about problem solution. The last one would be the fragmentist or pragmatist as a strong mechanical aptitude. They enjoy the outdoors. They prefer to work with things, plants. They are natural born team leaders. They are humanistic. They are pragmatic. They work on the problem and the hands-on approach. They are absolutely skillful. They are ambivalent. They are genial. They are honest. They are transparent. They are the person who can have an infectious energy in them, and all together. This is to be your creative style. Remember, it is stimulating your creative brain is what was the topic of discussion. And I think you must have come across the complete gamut of stimulation effect that comes around it. You work upon it, and I'm sure success will bestows upon your feet, and you will be having leading a very comfortable life both personally and professionally. With this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this video.